boom, you're at 1.2 million. And so that 50K investment total times really 5 times 5, that's a 25x. What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. Let's dive into some rapid fire crypto news. First things first, shared by Ripple yesterday, this is a UAE-based foreign exchange. The Al Ansari exchange is now tapping RippleNet Cloud to enable cross-border remittances to Malaysia with Money Match. Remember, right before the SEC lawsuit came after the company Ripple did in fact announce that they have a regional headquarters strategically placed in Dubai. There's at least 2,000 other businesses all around that center that focus on fintech. So I think that's a great place to be. We can see the UAE-based foreign exchange and worldwide money transfer company Al Ansari Exchange has joined RippleNet. This exchange will be connecting with the leading money transfer technology company Money Match to provide same-day remittances to Malaysia. Right on Money Match's website, we can see that they are registered under Australia's financial regulator, and they have over 28,000 registered users. And they can see they're in fact partnered with Ripple. This service will initially support transactions in the Malaysian currency, the ringgit, MYR, with plans to support the Brunei dollar, BND, and the Australian dollar as well. Exciting to see them taking their services to the next level internationally. And RippleNet Cloud is helping these clients onboard much faster than the legacy systems today. Flexibility, speed, resilience of cloud computing without the burden of hardware management, specifically in this legacy type of on-premise infrastructure, which is highly expensive, is aging, is archaic, is out of date. Now, Navin Gupta, Managing Director for South Asia and MENA for Ripple. In quotes, Al Ansari is one of the largest and longest standing exchanges in the region. Seems like a perfect partner. Focused on expanding their network and evolving their offerings to provide the best financial services to our customers. We view this partnership with Money Match as a continuation of that ethos, and we are excited to be partnering with them to improve cross-border payments in key remittance corridors with RippleNet. And speaking of RippleNet Cloud, Bank XRP sharing this. We have other services that are right on RippleNet Cloud, ODL, which specifically uses XRP as that bridge asset. We can also see they are already SOC certified. We can see a few Ripple partners down here as well. Asimo, Money Match, D-Money, and iRemit. I thought this was hilarious. Highly recommend following Crypto Nagato when your friend congratulates you on Bitcoin reaching an all-time high price, but you are deep in alts. And that's me. I'm just sitting there. Most of my alts are really just coiling up stagnant right now. But if you guys have studied the previous cycles, what happens? Bitcoin blows up, and I'm waiting for it to finish up blowing up. And when it comes down, the idea that we've seen in the past is that alts will explode. And that's when you start seeing those 3 to 10x moves that we saw years ago. And that is when I am going to be so busy really rotating my alts. Right now, I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm accumulating assets that are significantly low. And when one pops off and does a 5x, guess what I do? I put it into the next asset that has not done that yet. So when it does a 5x, say I put 50 grand into an asset, goes up 5x. I have $250,000. I throw it into another asset that is yet to do a 5x. A 5x times a 5x, I just 25x'd my investment with 2 trades. Very few people understand the power of compounding your wealth, and this is what I'm going to be doing in the weeks ahead. And I've already documented it, and sometimes less is more. You don't have to do 50 trades or 5 trades a month to be successful, especially in alt season. I hold, I stagger out my profits as they reach those targets, and I roll it into the next one. So for example, if HBAR or another asset does a 5x before XRP, I will take some of those profits, of course, into US dollar, some improve on my long-term holds, but I'm going to take a portion and go into XRP. And then what if XRP does a 10x right after that? It becomes very powerful. And of course, not financial advice, but want to get your brain juices flowing in terms of what is really possible. So again, with a quick example, let's say $50,000. We got a 5x, 250K. Now, of course, if you got another 5x, boom, you're at 1.2 million. And so that 50K investment total times really 5 times 5, that's a 25x. Now, of course, if 5x is too crazy for you, okay, sure, let's be more conservative and just focus on a 2 or 3x. But specific assets have already done a 40x this year. And I hold a variety of alts. I keep my wins extremely quiet, but please just know that this is possible. As we can see, Credible Crypto sharing his XRP price chart. He believes when we break up here soon, XRP is still going to melt faces. This is the XRP US dollar price chart. And if you look closely, he's actually on the 3-week time frame on Bitfinex in this top left corner. And of course, we can see the all-time high price back in the day for XRP. Many assets have already went above their previous all-time high price. Some have double tapped, some have even reached a full 4.236 extension like Solana, like DAG. and a variety of others. So we're going to see what a lot of these assets that are lagging in this market are doing. XRP, Zcash, any asset that has not yet broken through and created an all-time high price during this bullish cycle. Next up, Bank XRP sharing Ripple and Tranglo, Singapore's partnership scaling to new heights in the Asian Pacific region for XRP. Remember that Ripple, the company, does already have a 40% stake in this company. And this is Asia's leading cross-border payment specialist. They are focused on scaling the footprint of RippleNet. We've already seen Tranglo on Twitter. I encourage you to follow them, specifically posting about XRP plans and usage. We can see D-Money, which we just talked about. We can see Siam Commercial Bank, the largest commercial bank in all of Thailand, RippleNet user. BKK Forex, a fully licensed remittance and foreign exchange company in Singapore. Singapore is without a doubt one of the leading countries in this blockchain space that we have to keep an eye on. And it's great to see that XRP already has some great dominance and attention there. The partnerships demonstrated significant momentum within 6 months, with Tranglo launching its first on-demand liquidity service on RippleNet in the Philippines. That means we are using XRP today. Now, of course, it's relatively low value, low volume, but it's great to see utility that is live when 99% of the projects today are not even serving a purpose. They're fully speculative. This is being used by live financial institutions. It is not just a speculative bubble like many of the meme projects we do see. With plans to introduce more corridors, more currency pairs between countries, bidirectional, in the months to come. The Philippines is Asia's third largest remittance corridor. And remember, the digital asset XRP, eliminating the need for costly pre-funded accounts. And why do we always talk about Asia, Southeast Asia, the APAC region? Well, because they continue to be one of the fastest growing for RippleNet, with transactions growing at a rate of 130% year over year. And I know people might not think that's a lot, but when you compare this to the internet boom, the internet grew at a rate of 67% per year. So right now, connections, APIs, liquidity is growing for XRP year over year. And in my opinion, it is just a matter of time. And the same thing can be said about XLM and a variety of assets. This market has gotten so big, it is too big to ignore at this point. Here's the update of Grayscale. They are a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, and let's check out their holdings in total assets under management, over $56 billion in crypto assets. And here's the list of assets with their tickers that they're holding. Let's dive in. This is updated just on October 20th. We can see massive holdings of Bitcoin. The majority are just blue chip tokens. We have $50 million being held in Zcash, one of the assets that is yet to really perform. We have $30 million, give or take, of Stellar Lumens. Of course, the DeFi fund, which has a few of our favorite DeFi assets. And I always enjoy keeping a close eye on some of the big funds and investment trusts, and I've been slacking on that the past few months. Next up, we have this budget airline, Volaris, to accept Bitcoin payments in El Salvador. We also have Bitwise, a behemoth launching a Polygon fund, and Matic has been one of the best performers in the game in the past year. This is a layer 2 L2 scaling solution that helps Ethereum scale much faster and is significantly cheaper. I think it's very interesting that we are still focused on layer 2 solutions right now. I'm rooting for Matic, FYI. I just wanted to say maybe in a couple years, some of these layer 1s could actually flip some of these big behemoth layer 2 solutions. Next up, Australia has moved a step closer to adopting a comprehensive regulatory framework for the digital asset space. And they're trying to recognize DAOs. A step in the right direction, but we've been hearing this for years. Really just trying to recognize them as a legal structure, and this is going to be the future. And as we know, a DAO stands for a decentralized autonomous organization. One of my favorite assets, API 3, is governed by a DAO. Now, DAOs are not meant to replace everything, but there's still going to be decentralized ways to govern certain structures, just like certain organizations want a public ledger and others will value a private ledger. It's really a case-by-case basis. As we already heard, shared by CoinDesk, VanEck will join ProShares in launching a Bitcoin futures ETF. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this and the effect on Bitcoin's price, and really the effect on the entire cryptocurrency space. Do you like when futures are available? Does this add a lot of attention and more money to the space? Or does this actually manipulate the market even more? Speaking of Algorand, we have Sequoia Games has tapped Algorand as the digital ledger behind its new Flex NBA product, an NBA licensed board game that uses augmented reality AR. Very cool. And remember that other firm, I'm not sure if there's a relation, Sequoia, was actually able to pay their employees, I think based out of California, in crypto. I cannot wait in the years ahead when we're actually able to maybe divvy up a portion of our salary instead of going direct deposit in a bank account. Maybe divvying it up and getting a portion of that directly into your favorite crypto asset. Just like we're able now to invest 401ks and some IRAs into crypto. It's just a matter of time. And of course, most of us are paid bi-weekly. Some people in Europe are paid on a monthly basis. In the future, we're going to be paid in real time or maybe even end of day, end of week. and it's going to be improving each and every day, especially with microservices across the board. Next up, guys, Matthew Liony, all the money, experimenting settlement of French government bonds in central bank digital currency with blockchain tech. Conclusion, the test was a success. And he provided the article right here, Euroclear.com. And what he's referencing here is most likely what King Solomon discussed a long time ago when we found the Central Bank of France, the central bank, sharing a document talking about the Ethereum blockchain and the XRP ledger, talking about actually building CBDCs on top of them and not just interoperating with them. Remember, this is an old thing we've been talking about, and everybody is just waiting, twiddling their thumbs for Coinbase to list HBAR. It's been on the list many, many times. We can see HBAR listed right here, just like Ontology. Remember, Origin Protocol was one we attacked, and of course it got listed, so we caught that pump perfectly. And of course, the roadmap showed a bunch of NFT news and hype, so we rode that sucker. And HBAR is backed by Digital Currency Group, who also invests into some of the behemoths like Coinbase, so it's just a matter of time before it's listed. So this is back in 2020, notice. They've had their eyes on HBAR for quite some time. Everybody knows that HBAR will be listed by Coinbase. Because remember, Coinbase announced that they're going to start adding dozens of assets at a single time, really just batches. And I'd be shocked if HBAR was not one of those assets. Especially Ontology, which is right above it. Also guys, Kraken Exchange, so I'm happy they came through for us. Airdrop update, claims and withdrawals of Songbird will begin as soon as transferability and security conditions are met. Once Songbird gets the thumbs up, it has successfully been added to a variety of exchanges that did in fact participate. We are one step closer to Flare networks. I know a lot of people are frustrated with the delays. Imagine how I feel. I'm rooting for them, and of course, we want to make sure this network is completely safe and secure. So I know it's in the best interest of everybody that's participating, but I want it sooner than later, of course. Also guys, remember that linked in the video description is iTrustCapital. We recently did an interview with them a few weeks back. Highly recommend checking this out. They're going to be participating in the Spark airdrop, and they are the #1 crypto IRA and 401k platform in America. I used to have a 401k. I used to just have a traditional Roth IRA in the stock market in some index funds. Luckily, I put the majority of that into crypto, and all of that for me will be tax-free. Now, I cannot contribute any more to my IRA, and I still have it with iTrustCapital. And so if I make $5 million or $10 million, I'm paying 0% in taxes rather than 30 or even 50% depending on where you are. Remember, the promo code kevincage can get your first month free. And I highly recommend checking this out if you want to diversify outside of just the stock market into crypto assets for the years ahead. If you're not bullish on crypto, this is not for you. I am bullish on crypto assets for the next decade, so I can comfortably focus on this. Also, gold and silver are available. Curve is a huge provider. I mean, this is like military grade type of security. You can talk to all these guys on the phone. They'll answer any questions. I love this group. All right, guys, we're going to finish up with this quote, and then we're going to do another video. I highly recommend catching the next one. Most of us have been waiting almost 4 years for this single moment. A lot of us were in the bull market previously, whether it was 2017 in the spring, catching those first waves, or just really getting the attention, because that's when YouTube started talking about crypto more than ever. And then, of course, came fall. Bitcoin exploded. We first saw our alts that exploded. XRP went from what, 17 cents, 20 cents, all the way to almost $4 in a matter of just a couple of weeks. Today, we have more wallets than ever before, more liquidity than ever before, a big community, more exchange listings, on and on and on. Oh, and way more money in the market. So my question is, will history rhyme? Will the altcoins explode in the coming months, maybe even days or weeks? Because this is what we've seen a handful of times already. And I don't know about you, this is not financial advice, but I am swinging the bat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this the biggest fake out we're going into a bear market, or is the bull market just beginning? We are going to have alt season 2.0, which is what I am betting on. Appreciate all that like and sub, and until next time.